what are some plant foods that can help with hormones during menopause? Now, I'm in menopause, so it's actually very apt that I answer this question. And anybody who wants to go even more deeply in this question should listen to our episode 68 with Dr. Neil Barnard. It was called Balance Your Hormones, and he wrote the book on hormones and plant-based diets called Your Body in Balance. But I want to start by talking about a study that was published in the journal Menopause in 2022 that found that, and I was surprised because I take hormones, that diet intervention is about as effective as hormone replacement therapy for reducing hot flashes caused by menopause. That's a pretty big deal for people. There's a lot of people who are nervous about taking hormones. And so this is important information for you all. So what this found was that lower fat, plant-based diet rich in soy reduced moderate to severe hot flashes by 88%. And the women lost on average about 8 pounds in 3 months. So they're not really sure which factor actually helped, but it seemed that the combination of avoiding animal foods, reducing fat, and they added half a cup of soy daily. Those were the key elements. And also has to be noted that because of weight loss, has been shown to help women with especially hot flashes. So these were 84 women who were getting 2 or more hot flashes per day. Now, there was a control group that had no diet change. So you don't also know if the postmenopausal women were just, it could have been a placebo effect too. So this study was okay, in my opinion, but not all the way there. There was a better study, I feel, that in 2001 that took 50 women and gave them 40 grams of isolated soy protein, and then another 50 women and gave them a placebo, which was casein, which we know is a protein that's found in milk. And the number of hot flashes of the women in the soy group were reduced by 33% within 4 weeks. Now, we don't know if the casein might have, the milk, because milk has estrogen in it, right, might have exacerbated the hormones, the hot flashes, but it certainly does give a plug to eating more soy and not dairy, not including dairy. Now, Harvard Medical School, they have a Center of Excellence in Women's Health, and they funded a randomized crossover study. And this is a crossover study means that one group did it one way for a certain amount of time, and then that same group changed and became the other group, the control group. And they were able to, so you could compare against yourself essentially. And they did a study where they gave women a half cup of unsalted soy nuts, one a day, and there was a 50% reduction in hot flashes within 2 weeks. So these are really, I think, impressive numbers. And so what I've gathered from reading about these studies is that soy in some form, whether it's soy nuts, edamame, soy milk, have been shown to help with hot flashes. Now, hot flashes are not the only thing that women deal with in menopause and perimenopause. Vaginal dryness is something that I personally have dealt with, and I use estrogen inserts to help with that. But apparently, soy isoflavone gels that you also insert in the vagina seem to do just as well. So for women who are nervous about supplementing with estrogen, you might want to try soy isoflavone gels for vaginal dryness. And the other foods that I'm giving a big plug to for soy, but other foods that really have been shown to help with especially hot flashes are the omega, it might be because of the omega-3s, but flaxseeds, walnuts, and almonds, and then increasing fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. And other studies have shown, not only the first study that I mentioned, but other studies have also shown that lowering fat and meat is important to mitigate the effects of menopause, the negative effects of menopause. And of course, when you lower fat and take out meat, then you get other great things. So that is, I hope, answers our listeners, our YouTube audience's question. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do. I'm curious with all of the benefits of soy, Alexandra, and you going through this process of menopause. Is there any concern for eating too many soy products? I feel like maybe some listeners might say, okay, well, I'm going to go get the organic soy milk and I'm going to get the soy yogurt and I'm going to eat tofu and tempeh. And, you know, is there any danger or mindfulness to the number of servings one would want to eat or not overdo? I'm curious about that. For you specifically, what have you experienced with that?
Well, I did actually. I was eating a lot of tofu,
Mm-hmm.
and we had David Goldman on, and he told me I was eating too much tofu.
Did he say
So
why though?
just I think it was because of the estrogenic effects or the fight. I think it was, and also because too much of anything is just too much, but also that yes, you can overdo it with soy. And I was eating like a block a day. That's a lot. And so what I did was is that remember the last show I shared with you that soy free tofu block? It
Yes.
wasn't. It's made of beans. That's why I now go between tofu and these bean blocks that sort of have the same properties. They taste like tofu, meaning they're tasteless. They have the same kind of what's it called? They feel and taste of tofu, but they are not tofu. They're made of beans, which are, you really, it's so healthy to eat more beans.